What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. And as you see here, I got spoiled by on the Boruto Tubo Vortex chapter coming out in a couple days. I wasn't even trying to get spoiled. It wasn't even by the people that usually spoil, like Abdul and all them. I got spoiled by completely different people that I didn't even know existed. So there isn't going to be like a big reaction. But I wanted to put something out, and I'm probably gonna still put out a review, I think. But I wanted to put out like a big theory that I think because of the events of this chapter sets up something that I always thought had the potential to happen, and that is how Boruto opening 10 actually foreshadowed Himawari's tailed beast chakra. So, when opening 10 was first released, many people in the community just wrote off the opening as kind of filler, as at the time it didn't really correlate with like any of the events of the manga at that time. Like we had gotten like perfect example, openings 8 and 9 really like showed Kara and everything going on there, but opening 10 didn't really like have anything like that. And if anything, as of like the events in the opening never really happened in the anime, as we ended up even getting the Funato war arc. So the stuff in the opening, everybody just wrote that off as filler, because like we didn't even get that, and then we got a completely different filler arc which nobody really liked. However, with recent events of the manga coming into play, that is everything, especially with Himawari, this opening is more important than ever now. Like this is more important than I think people really gave the opening credit for. So let's go through the opening scene by scene, because every pretty much almost every scene in this opening is like crucial to pretty much like events in Two Blue Vortex. So we first see Boruto's headband left behind in the woods, signifying that he has been made an enemy of the village and pretty much an enemy of the world. But it's also shown with a growing plant behind it, showing that Boruto's life truly has the potential to be grown into something more positive again, and how there's always the potential that he can possibly reclaim his life later on down the road. We then see a shot of Boruto sitting by himself in the darkness, staring at his karma as everyone walks past him, not even acknowledging him, showing just how much the karma mark has truly taken from him in his life, while Kawaki is framed in the sunlight as he has taken Boruto's life as his own, but he's by himself as he still feels that isolation. Then we're shown like a myriad of shots of different characters, such as Mitsuki standing by himself in the rain, with his belief shaken as to who his true son is, Boruto screaming upon his karma activating, as it's the root cause of all the pain in his life, and a shot of Kawaki with his hand covering the eye that holds Ishiki's power and ready to kill Boruto. And lastly, a shot of Sarada with a symbol of the Otsutsuki in her eye, showing that she has broken free of omnipotence and is one of the few who knows the truth, as well as also possibly showing that her Mangekyo she's gotten her Mangekyo. So right then and there, we have so many potential events that are foreshadowed in the manga, shown here, like subtly before they were even before like these events even happened in the manga. Like they were they threw it all right there for us to really see. So I think I think that's really cool. Now, however, this comes the most important part of the opening, and where we got to go into spoilers for the manga. So anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled, click off the video and come back in a few days when the chapter drops officially. I'm only making this video because I got spoiled. I didn't want to get spoiled, but here we are. I wanted to put this out. So in this portion of the opening, we see Himawari captured by individuals in cloaks, as well as with a rock monster. Now everybody wrote these guys off as like fodder and like shit that they made up for the opening. And while that might be true, what I believe this symbolizes is, first of all, this symbolizes the Ten Tails, Jura, and pretty much the others that were manifested from the Ten Tails, taking Himawari. As we now know from the manga, Jura was tracking Naruto's chakra, and instead of finding him in the village, he found Himawari, revealing that Naruto was able to pass on those genes to Himawari. With this information, we now know it makes the opening a lot more. It makes the opening make a lot more sense, as it sets up Boruto and Kawaki, as well as the entire village, having to put what they feel about Boruto to the side and save Himawari, who most likely is going to be kidnapped by Jura, as he views her as a way to learn more about Naruto. That is what's crucial here. That is the most important thing. He views Himawari as a way to learn more about Naruto, who he really wants to absorb. But there's the potential that he might even just absorb Himawari. So, opening 10 is a lot more important than I think anyone gave it credit for, really. Like, the more I look back on this opening, the more I realize that it's a classic example of an opening that didn't really get the respect it deserved from the community, but has so much stuff about the story and future events sprinkled in there, because I think Period knew nobody was going to care about the Funata war arc, so they probably just like pulled all that stuff in there so that way like nobody expected anything of this to happen. And sure enough, these events are starting to happen and these events are starting to unfold. And if the stuff about Himawari is true and all that actually plays out, this opening is going to go down as like the most important Boruto opening and possibly one of the most important openings like in a long time, in a very long time. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching this all the way through. I know this is kind of a departure from what I usually put out, but hey, I got spoiled and I figured might as well capitalize on this because who knows if anybody's doing this type of theory, but I wanted to get my thoughts out there on that. So, all right, I'll probably put out like an official full review when the chapter comes out and like kind of go through it, kind of similar to this like I did with the opening. But yeah, all right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.